All right. Well, hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. So first of all, wanted to thank Emma Sills for inviting me here in this space. I know some of you will be catching up this recording later on, but I just feel very honored and grateful for being part of such a wonderful community of women who have decided to dedicate their lives to improving quality of lives of others. I think that's quite a big achievement to say yes to that, first of all. So thank you. My name is Victoria Zimmer, and I'm the founder of Love Life Retreats, the well-being consultancy company that specializes in running retreats around the world. We focus on eco-luxurious retreats, as well as education in the fitness and well-being industry. So I personally work with a number of training providers, assuring quality of training of our future professionals, whether it's Pilates, yoga, meditation, mindfulness. I'm also the training provider for Yoga Alliance and certification for those of you who wants to become yoga teachers. And of course, a program creator. And I think for many cruise lines, spa and fitness centers, as well as corporate well-being. So to this day, I can say that my programs are taught in more than 180 countries around the world. To this day, I have trained and upskilled over 8,000 students. And when I say students, I mean personal trainers, yoga teachers, Pilates teachers, coaches, and so on. So it's been a quite interesting journey. Overall, I have been in the fitness industry for fitness and well-being industry, as I call it these days, for over 24 years. And I'm very grateful to be here and share this experience. It has not always been this way. So I'm going to start from the very beginning of my journey and demonstrate to you my connection of me being here, first of all. And similar to Emma, I am definitely going to agree that once you start your fitness career, it has many avenues and many niches that need to be filled. So if you are a fitness trainer who's just starting, a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, a group instructor, this is just the beginning of your journey. And I think those of you who has been in the fitness industry for quite some time will agree with me that you are finding your calling as you go. There is a process of evolution, so we are all in it together. So my journey started, first of all, over 24 years ago, like I mentioned yesterday, with my first job in the fitness industry as a receptionist at the age of 16 at a women-only gym. So at that time, a seed has been planted that I wanted to dedicate my life to bringing happiness and excitement into people's lives. At the same time, I was studying to become an engineer, an IT engineer, which later on, of course, I finished that degree and got my diploma. And later on, I kind of followed my passion. And at the age of 19, I moved to the United States. At the United States, I have been a co-owner of the dojo. So it's a martial arts studio practitioner where we were training and organizing competitions for kids and adults. So that was self-defense, karate, and so on. I have also been an active participant and practitioner of martial arts and have been competing several times at the huge arenas in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace. So that was all before the age of 21, which meant Las Vegas for me was all about competition and roller coasters. That's it. So later on, so if we fast forward, at about the age of 22, I still lived in the United States, and I came across a health and fitness magazine called Oxygen. Some of you might be familiar with it. It's a Canadian publishing company. And there they were advertising the career of the future. And that career of the future was personal training. Of course, my whole body said yes, because it's everything I've been looking for and waiting for. And I applied immediately. So it took me about 2 years to finish my first qualification as a personal trainer. And my first job that I got, the job offer actually came on my birthday on the 2nd of January, after 3 months of waiting. Because of the location where I was, it was Colorado, it was luxurious ski resorts. My first clients, who are quite high profile clients, whom I had to learn how to approach them, how to demonstrate. So it was quite scary. And the weight of responsibility, being a 24-year-old with the weight of responsibility, training people, not just because of their wealth and their experience, but also because it's a real human being in front of me. And my job was not to harm them. So that was interesting. And going forward, so after training people for about a couple of years, I have started to notice that the physical aspect was only one of many aspects in which a person can demonstrate their well-being, including my own. So it was kind of my own journey as well as journey through the journey of my clients. I've noticed that their motivation, their mental health, their emotional health, their ability to balance things in their lives was quite important, and sometimes could be an obstacle on the way to their own well-being. So that's kind of how my journey has started. And without telling my whole life story, I'm just going to say a few things that since then I kind of embarked on a journey where I had these two parallel paths, where one path was a spiritual journey. So where I went to India and started studying yoga and meditation and positive mental attitudes techniques and so on and so forth. And my second path, which was going parallel to that, was working up my way in the fitness industry. So from being a supervisor of outdoors and martial arts activities to retreat organizers, to fitness center organizers, I was I was leading startup manager for opening fitness centers in Russia as well as in United Kingdom. I have been project manager for program implementation, profit increasing at the gyms, as well as, of course, running my own business. So it was really interesting to see how the operations part, I think Emma can probably agree with me here, is going hand in hand with your path of helping people. And at some point, you have to make a decision what is more important for you. So, or what excites you the most. And for me, it happened to be more of a holistic approach because my personal journey, where I'm coming from martial arts practitioner, where quite masculine energy, which really well translated into my ability to manage, to demonstrate, to create structure in my jobs. But my feminine energy, which was through yoga, through kind of more of a wavy and creative path, that's what really got me going. So, and for many years, I have been searching for different ways and systems where I could learn how to feel comfortable in teaching how to feel well. And when I say well, I mean physical well-being, mental well-being, and emotional well-being. And the word chakra came several times to my life. In the chakra system. And this chakra system has become my personal compass and navigation system that I am about to share with you. So in the way I explain the chakra system is imagine your body, as a beautiful instrument that you have been given. You have been given that instrument, but you haven't been given the manual how to play that instrument. And not only you need to learn how to play it so it can demonstrate its full potential and produce this gorgeous music that everybody can enjoy, but at the same time, you need to have tools that will help you to tune that instrument. Because as any instrument, occasionally we need to have some tuning, because here and there we can go out of balance. So, and life is such thing that there is no constant, so it constantly changes. That's the only thing, so the only constant, when we can use the word constant, it means constantly changing and goes through ups and downs. So in those ups and downs is where we want to kind of understand how to decrease the ups and downs so that it's more closer to the medium line. So we're not jumping like a yo-yo jumping up and down. So, and that's where Chakra System came to me. So first of all, Chakra System comes from India. So it's an ancient Indian system. So it's not something that I invented. By my interpretation and ability to kind of pull all the knowledge together from many courses that I have completed myself and many experiences that I've gone along the way. So, and there are different types of chakra system, like 7 chakras, 12 chakras, 9 chakras, and so on. So the one I'm basing my methodology and my interpretation and my life on is 7 chakra system. So the next thing I'm going to do is share with you a slide, which will help us to go through and help us to structurize a little bit our talk. There will be 2 first slides that have 6 questions each. And it is my invitation for you to skim through the questions and see what creates some sort of response in your body. So in today's workshop, we're going to be applying practical tools as well as obviously listening and learning. Okay, so here we go. So the first 6 questions, I'll give you some time to read. You don't have to think about each of them. Just simply skim through. Okay. And then I'll move on to the second slide. And if there's a particular question that you feel triggers you, or maybe a question that's been floating in your mind, you're welcome to jot it down, write it down, or take a mental photo of it. Yeah. Oops. There we go. We are on the right track. So the name of the workshop, first, there actually has 2 names. First one is Become the Creator of Your Life. And I firmly believe that once we enter the creator's mindset, we understand that we are creating every action and every outcome of our lives. But it also comes, as we know, with responsibility, because if we look at everything that's happening in our life and we take full responsibility for what's in front of us is actually our own doing, it could be quite overwhelming. So that's why when I say create the life you're meant to live, it also comes with a responsibility, but at the same time, sometimes saying create or co-create. So where you can say co-create with the universe. So understanding that you're aligning with your purpose and you are exactly where you are, exactly where you're meant to be in this moment in time. So we're going to start from the very beginning. What is chakra? So you probably see this pulsating vortex of energy, and that is precisely what chakra is. Chakra, the word chakra comes from the Sanskrit language and means vortex, wheel, or a cycle. And we have many chakras in our body, but some of them we call the prime chakras, the main chakras. So right now you're welcome to have a little wander and look at the pulsating vortex, so you can understand that it also, the chakra, even though it is right now a visual image of it, but it's actually a subtle energy. So it's not something that we can see, but it's something that we can feel when we learn how to tune into it. So how does chakra create in our body? Well, first of all, there are 72,000 nadis or energy channels. So for some of you, you might connect to the word meridian, so coming from the Chinese philosophy. And think of it as 72,000 channels around your body of the subtle energy. It could be connected to your nervous system. So in terms of the imagery, we have lots of nerves around the body and they're all interconnected to our central nervous system. It could be connected to, in the visual imagery, to your cardiovascular system. So with lots of capillaries and veins and arteries. But nadis is actually subtle energy. So today we're kind of stepping outside of our physical body and we connect to the energy body, the subtle body. So there is the main channel called Sushumna channel. And right now I invite you to actually try what it is. So if you have ability to access your pelvic floor muscles or the area of your perineum, and place one hand there, and then place the second hand at the crown of your head. And then just if you close your eyes for a moment here, you might feel or imagine a vertical axis of energy. You might even feel a slight vibration between the 2 points. So think of your spine. So the Sushumna channel is the main energy channel that goes kind of through the central line of your body. So it's not necessarily connected to your spine nor to your front, but think through the center. And you're welcome to now open your eyes. So the second main energy center, called Ida Nadi, or feminine energy. And the feminine energy starts at the base of your spine and moves to the left of the body. So, and as you can see here on the imagery, it moves to the left. This is not exact imagery of how the energy moves, but it's just to give you an idea of that kind of snake-like movement, going to the left first, and then crossing the Sushumna, going to the right, and then back to the left, and then going to the right. So and every time when it crosses, it starts to organize an intersection of 2 channels. The third one, the main energy channel, called Pingala, also known as the masculine energy. So, and as you probably guessed already, it comes out to the from the base, from the base of the spine to the right, and then crossing Sushumna to the left, to the right, and then so on. So wherever they cross, they organize a very strong, on each of those intersections, we have strong electromagnetic fields. So, and those electromagnetic fields create those 7 main chakras. So we're going to come back to this every time. So, and you can see from the base and then all the way to the crown of the head, and actually the last chakra is above the crown of the head. Now, aside from what we know about organizing the 7 chakras and 7 electromagnetic energy centers in our body, we also have the way the energy moves. And this is why sometimes, for example, when you're standing or you're sitting in a meditation position or just a resting position, whichever you more used to in your line of work or choice of exercises, so the energy moves in 2 ways: upward current, which we call the liberating current, and that's from the physical body up to the divine. So we say to the spiritual world, to the universe, to wonder. So to universal wisdom. And then there is the manifesting current, which is from the universal wisdom down to the material world. Those 2 currents are very important because one helps us to understand who we are. So it moves us to that state of wonder and connection to the intelligence around us, the consciousness. The second one, on the other hand, helps us to bring whatever we receive from that intelligence through our ideas into the real world. So we have these 7 magnificent centers connected to the rainbow colors. And today we're going to be exploring each of them individually. However, a little disclaimer, even though we are reviewing them individually, one at a time, and each of them has their color, vibration, position in the body, connection to the organs, and psychological and physiological qualities, they all work together. So just like our body, we cannot separate the cardiovascular system from the nervous system to the skeletal system, right? It's all working together, but in order for us to understand it, we kind of dissect it. So, but sometimes we can get stuck in that fragmented thinking that everything is separate. Like that's what I said about the physical health being separate from the mental health or from the emotional health. Everything is connected and everything contributes towards our well-being. And when we feel well, that's when we can create the life that we want, because everything that we want, everything that we desire, everything that comes to us and is meant for us, we're able to manifest through actions, through consistent, through consistent action, if any, for the lack of a better word. So to give you a little brief overview, the position of the chakra so that you can see it in your own body, they could be slightly shifted. And some teachers will say, well, it depends, whether it's a female or male, it depends which system you are. And sometimes you might feel it a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit to the side. That's okay. But in general, to give you an overview, our root chakra is connected at the base of the spine, the area of the perineum, and that's where you positioned your hand first. And if you feel like it, again, just connect to it. You'll notice that all of them are color-coded as well, so you might start getting used to the colors and maybe understand how those colors can help you in life as well. The second one is the sacral chakra, which is, again, if you place your hand kind of at your lower belly and your lower back, the area around your sacrum, yeah? The third one is solar plexus, and this is our area of your stomach. So again, if you place your hand kind of around your stomach, the rib cage, front and back of your rib cage. The fourth one is the heart chakra. Again, the front, the lungs, and the back, the area between your shoulder blades. Your throat chakra, your neck, front and back. Third eye chakra, your forehead, and the crown chakra, just above your forehead. Yes, so slightly high, about maybe 5 centimeters higher. Right, so the chakra system. Right now, I'm going to explain to you a little bit why it's important for us to know what chakra system is. Like I said to you before, there are 2 currents. And in order for both of them to operate together, and actually in order for us to be connected to that manifesting current, which is the downward moving current, this is from the idea to reality, when you just envision something, and then you want to bring it to life, whether it's a project, a body, a relationship, a business, a flat, it doesn't matter whether it's material possession or something that you want to create from a scratch, like a business, for example, yeah? So in order for that current to work strongly, we need to first understand how each of the chakras aligned in our body in the liberating current. So how do we feel about our body, about our creative process, about our relationships, the lack of or abundance of energy for action? How do we build relationships with people? How we're able to verbalize ourselves and to be heard? How the information gets into our body? How we're able to have clarity about what we want to bring into our life? And of course, how do we connect to that higher wisdom when we, or intelligence, yeah? So intellect is ultimately, your 7th chakra is also connected to your intellect, to your ability to process, to analyze, and then to learn from your mistakes, and at the same time, see the wisdom, use the wisdom in moving forward. So if I give you this visual of a fountain, yeah, so think of your liberating current from the root chakra going upwards, is that upward moving current of the fountain. So whenever it goes up, and then it just easily starts falling down. Yeah, so if you envision the fountain, the energy goes up and then easily going down, and then just keeps recycling itself. And in fact, that recycling actually creates a geometrical figure called torus. So for those of you who will be interested, I can send it to you later. And that torus is that constant movement of up and down energy. So whenever you understand that how your body operates and how you can use your body and your mind following that 7-step system, you'll then understand that manifesting current is just a matter of following those same steps, but just in the opposite order. So we're going to start, first of all, with the process. So it's going to be, again, quite brief overview. I do go in depth into it in some of my online courses and during the retreats, of course. But today we are connecting to the basics. So the process and learning about Muladhara chakra. So Muladhara chakra means root support. Yeah, so, and this is your foundation. As you probably already guessed, the color of this chakra is red, quite vibrant red or earthy red. And what it represents, so in our body, it connects to our feet, our legs, our ability to stand strong on our own 2 feet, and our skeletal system. So if you think of your Muladhara chakra, it's your structure. It represents the masculine energy. So it's our ability to really feel strongly who we are in terms of the structure. Yeah. So the Muladhara chakra is actually developed in our body from the moment of conceivement and up until the first year of a child's life. So it gives us the sense of security, stability, sense of belonging, connection to our physical body and to our environment. So our relationships with the family, with the colleagues, society, country. So wherever you can apply word belonging or not belonging to. Now, each of our chakra has ability to be in balance or to be out of balance. So what can take away the feeling of stability and security? So the shadow aspect of Muladhara chakra is fear. So fear is something, fear for your life, fear of losing something. Yeah, so when we talk about Muladhara chakra is, again, if it's your body, so how do you relate to your body? Are you connected to your body or you're disconnected? So being connected to the body means understanding its needs, understanding its language. Being disconnected from your body, it means neglecting its needs, neglecting the signals that your body is sending, whether it's related to the sickness or malnourishment or lack of activity. So, but in the psychological aspect, the hyperspinning, for example, which is out of balance chakra, could move to sense of greediness, lack mentality. So when someone starts to kind of hoarding and bringing more into their lives without needing, it could be resulting into weight gain when you're trying to use the weight of your body into feeling more secure and strong. Whereas the opposite, for example, also out of balance, but underspinning Muladhara chakra can lead to things like anorexia, eating disorders, because you are neglecting your body. So you don't feel connected to your body and you feel kind of, well, there's just a disconnect. Yeah. So these things are very important to understand when you are working, whether it's with yourself, with your clients. How do you feel about your life? Yeah, so sense of security, what gives you security? So it's not just your body, it's also your finances, it having the roof over your head, it having consistent flow of cash, so that you feel that you don't have to fear for your life, whether it's for your physical well-being or for your financial well-being, and so on and so forth. So again, we're just going to do a little touch up on it. So, and just a little task for you as you contemplate, what would be the opposite of fear? Yeah, so just don't have to say anything, just think about it right now. So the second energy center is Svadhisthana. And if you remember, I gave you a little visual aid. It's going to be connected to your second energy, to your sacral chakra, which is the base of your abdomen. So connecting to your reproductive organs, your inner thighs, your lumbar spine. And in the body, it associates with the movement of flexibility and movement actually itself. Yeah. So this is where, if you think more, if the Muladhara was our masculine energy and structure, Svadhisthana is our feminine energy and it's movement. So it's that fluidity and ability to adapt in life. So when Svadhisthana is in balance, we feel desire to move, desire to create, desire to receive pleasure. Yeah. So we understand that process of creation, it's a fluid process. It's not structured. So see, structure has place for planning, and having that support. But then once you have that foundation and support, then Svadhisthana is when you start movement. So you actually initiate, something is happening. And on the psychological level, it's actually connected to our relationships, one-to-one relationships, sexual relationships, again, ability to have the financial flow. So how do we feel about adaptability? How do we find creative solutions in our lives? So it's very, very important chakra to focus on, and especially for women, because reproductive system, whether it's you are a mother already or about to become a mother or don't want to be a mother, but your womb is your creative force. Yeah, so this is where you are holding that potential for creativity. So that's why Shakira hips don't lie. so follow Shakira and and really work with your hips. So it's that movement, flexibility, fluidity, adaptability. Yeah, so that's why a lot of the time women are much easier adapting to changings than men as well. Now, the shadow aspect of Svadhisthana chakra is guilt. Yeah, so what can take away your ability to give yourself pleasure? And pleasure is desire to create, right? Or procreate, also there, right? So guilt, whichever guilt, with whichever guilt you can associate it. So if you have feeling of guilt, that's blocking your Svadhisthana chakra. It takes it out of balance. And what happens when Svadhisthana is out of balance? It normally can lead to either failing relationships. It could be inability to procreate, so whether it's men or women. So again, there's some blockages in the energy. It could be a financial flow, so you kind of stopping your financial flow. It could lead to addictive behaviors. Doesn't matter what the addiction is, again, to food, to alcohol, to drugs, TV, shopping, etc. So any types of addiction is something that you kind of filling your gap for allowing yourself to have pleasure and desire to live and create consistently, because you're doing it sporadically. So you do something, then you feel guilty for doing it. Then you do it again, then you feel guilty for doing it. So, and that's just constant cycle that you're being caught into. So the things that you can do for Svadhisthana, of course, you probably guess that you can work with the color therapy, so you can work with the colors, you can work with the body. So if it's the movement, it could be meditation, visualization. So for each of the chakras, we go through slowly. You'll understand that there are different tools that we have to be using. The tools that help us on the physical level, so the body level, the mind level, which is the organizing the mind, and of course the soul level. Yeah, so this is where we like, for example, meditation, visualization, and so on. Now, the third chakra is Manipura chakra. This is our solar plexus, and the color is yellow. This is your sunshine. So this is the color when we develop as children. So the age of 3 to 7, when we establish ourselves as individuals. So when we kind of announce to the world who we are. So this is our center of willpower, our spiritual warrior, and that center that helps us to have that confidence and energy to move forward with what it is we desire. So solar plexus chakra is where you can have that power, or you can give away that power to someone else to make decisions for you. So the solar plexus chakra, the color, of course, is yellow. And when it is in balance, it's the person who has confidence in knowing who they are, and their opinion of themselves and of their actions is not clouded by the judgments and criticism or opinions of others. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have to listen to others, but at the same time, you always have to remember that what is true for you, only you know. No one else can tell you that. And understanding what is true for you is having that connection with your body, where, when you have like that butterfly feeling, when we say a butterfly's in my stomach, yeah, or when you feel excitement, you feel excitement in your, or you have that gut feeling. So that gut feeling is that confidence that you get from your Manipura chakra. Now, the opposite, when we are, the shadow aspect of Manipura chakra is shame. So whenever you had an experience, whether it was in early childhood about being shamed for being who you are, or doing something, or saying something, that would be the time where your Manipura chakra can become smaller. Yeah, so when you want to hide and when you don't have confidence in being who you are. On the physical aspect, how you can improve that, or we can connect it to the core strength. This is your physical core and your spiritual core. So finding your power, it could be your breath work, it could be working with your physical aspect, so your core muscles, everything that keeps you up in a vertical position. It could be, again, meditations, visualizations, so anything that makes you feel strong. So whenever you feel powerless and weak, or feeling like you want to hide, do something that will help you feel powerful. So think of what makes you feel powerful and introduce that into your life, kind of as a tuning method. So our fourth chakra is Anahata chakra, heart. So our heart is our ability to love, to receive love, to feel, to express our feelings. And it's also, so the position of the Anahata chakra is actually our lungs and our arms and our thoracic, our middle part of our back. So whenever you feel, that you want to express your love for something, you feel like hugging them, whether it's a tree or a person or life itself. So you want to expand your arms and you want to stretch them wide. And exactly, so and this is your Anahata chakra. So whenever you feel full of love and that chakra is in balance, you love people, you love life, you love yourself, you love everything around you. Now, what can take away that feeling of love is the shadow aspect is grief. So grief is, state of losing. Yeah, so when you lost something, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be loss of a loved one. It could be loss of a job. It could be loss of a relationship, house. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything that got really deep into your subconscious and kind of made you feel like you can't trust life anymore. So it is quite difficult to work with in terms of it's a big process. And our Anahata chakra is, for those of you who are interested to learn a little bit more later, is the middle center between our lower three centers and upper three centers. So it brings together our material and our spiritual in the center. So Anahata is really the center of who you are. So as some say, this is the seat of your soul. So you really want to work on how your Anahata is, whether you allow yourself to love and trust and be loved and receive love, or if there is a feeling of resentment and grief and sorrow that clouding your ability to really create the life, yes, that you want. Because in order for you to create life, you need to love it as well. So in terms of the physical aspect, again, you are stretches, opening up, any breathing exercises. So what you can help yourself is to strengthen the capacity of your lungs, whether it's through breathing exercises, through running, through breathing techniques that are like pranayama in yoga. When our chakra is, let's say, a couple of examples, out of balance. So let's say if it's hyperspinning, which often actually is a result of underspinning Manipura chakra or underspinning throat chakra, which is we're going to be learning soon. So it could be the feeling of smothering others. So when you give much more than you allow yourself to receive, because this is how, that feeling that you want to give love, but you're not allowing yourself to receive love, which can eventually lead to resentment. So you give more than you receive, or you give more than you give to yourself. Yeah, so that's why there's an expression, whenever you want to give out, make sure that your cup is full first. Because if you keep giving without giving to yourself or allowing yourself to receive love from others, like I said, eventually it's going to lead to feeling of resentment and closing up even further. Okay, 3 more to go. Vishuddha chakra, our throat chakra, very important center, because as you probably imagine, if you even place your hands right now onto your neck, you'll notice that Vishuddha chakra is kind of the thinnest point of your body, but it also what connects your head to the rest of your body. So this is where Vishuddha chakra is your 5th energy center, and it's where you're able to express the needs of your 1st center, the desires of your 2nd center, your wants of the 3rd center, your feelings of the 4th center, and then your visions of the 6th center, and your ideas of the 7th center. So the Vishuddha chakra is your communication, it's your voice, it's how you're able to express yourself, but also how you're able to listen, what goes in. So what kind of listener are you? So when we talk like, listener outwards, so listener inwards, expressing yourself outwards, but also your ability to understand your inner dialogue, what's happening inside of your mind, what kind of thoughts, your ability to kind of listen to that and understand what serves you and what doesn't serve you. So like I said, the position of the Vishuddha chakra is your throat, and it is connected to your throat, to your mouth, and to your ears. Yeah, so everything that's connected to communication. So again, your teeth, tongue, ears, inner ear, neck, throat, thyroid gland, for example. Yeah, so all of that will be demonstrating or signaling you whether your Vishuddha chakra is in balance or out of balance. Like, for example, if it's out of balance, it could be underspinning at people who are very quiet, or people who are struggling to express themselves, whether it's for the lack of words or because of the fear being misunderstood, or fear that what they have to say doesn't matter. And then the opposite true, when again being out of balance, but hyperspinning of Vishuddha chakra is when someone talks too much, gossips, again, talking just for the sake of filling in the gaps of silence. So it's important to understand that when we explore Vishuddha chakra, it's like almost like one of the tasks that I often give my clients is to record themselves in a conversation with someone else, so they can analyze how much they speak and how much they listen, and whether they interrupt another person or they allow them to finish the sentences. Like, and this is kind of that, where you learn to understand whether how much information goes in, what kind of information goes out, how clear you're expressing yourself, or if there's a chance for you to slow down and to learn how to pause so that you can receive as much as you give. Yeah, so it's all about, again, balance of giving and receiving. Now, what can cloud or bring out of balance the chakra, the shadow aspect, is lies. And lies not necessarily to someone, but also lies to yourself, like doing disservice to yourself. Yeah, so when you say yourself things that you yourself don't believe in, or when you're creating that self-talk, like the self-sabotaging negative self-talk. So all of those things you can recognize when you start paying attention to Vishuddha chakra. And the way we balance it, for example, is first of all, through the physical aspect. It could be the massage, the stretches, whether it's breath of lion, for example, in yogic technique, where you bring your tongue out, closing your ears, silent meditation or chanting meditation. It depends what is out of balance, if it's hyperspinning or underspinning. And of course, visualization meditations. Diaries, writing out, so whatever helps you, everything that's connected to communication. The third eye chakra, so this is your sixth energy center, and we're moving up to more subtle energies. So your Vishuddha chakra, your Ajna chakra, and your crown chakra, they are all very close to each other, as you can see. So your Ajna chakra is your ability to envision. Yeah, so envision, and it's also your center of intuition. So, but in order for you to visualize something and to have the strength or the confidence to follow your intuition, for example, your Manipura chakra needs to be in balance. So, and this is where you start connecting the dots, where each center, they support each other. So when you look at Muladhara as your foundation, the rest of your body is like a tall building. So if your foundation is shaky, everything else will be out of balance. So your Ajna chakra is your connection to your eyes, eyebrows, your pineal gland, and your ability to envision the life that you want to live. And of course, your intuition, as I mentioned before. So what can cloud or the shadow aspect of the chakra is illusion. So when we are living in illusion that this is the best we can do, yeah, or when we creating, let's say we're following a vision of someone else versus then our own vision. When we say, oh, I see, or yes, I have a vision. So that vision should be your own vision, not influenced by someone else. So when I say illusion, it could be a distorted vision of how your life should be. So the way we balance the Vishuddha, the Ajna chakra, is actually through meditation. So meditation is for Vishuddha, for the Ajna chakra, the third eye chakra, and your Sahasrara chakra are the main tools, because it's connected to your mind and to your intellect. So, and the Sahasrara, the seventh energy center, this is where what I was saying is your intellect, your understanding of what life is, your ability to analyze, connect the dots, to connect to the wonder of life, and not being blocked by feelings of skepticism, which sometimes actually really makes our life kind of well, for me, it makes it worthless, really, because when you don't connect to that feeling of wonder and connectedness, higher consciousness, understanding this, the intelligence that we part of, not just temporarily passing by people or beings, but it's something that really helps us to understand how everything is connected. So our ability to tap into that wisdom, our ability to tap into that higher consciousness, this is what Sahasrara chakra is about. So what can cloud or shadow aspect of the chakra is, like I said already, skepticism, but also mental health, so mental sickness of any sorts. So on the physical aspects, it's same as Ajna, it's headaches, it's again, confusion. So whether it's temporary confusion or mental illnesses. So all of that leads to disbalance. So, and then before that, I gave you a little task, remember at the beginning. So if we talk about, it's actually missing one, but it will be there on the other slide. So the shadow aspects of each chakra. So we have fear, guilt, shame, grief, lies, and illusion is the seventh one. So the opposite emotions to that, there we go. So we have so the opposite of fear is love, the opposite of guilt is desire, the shame is freedom, grief is gratitude, lies, authenticity, illusion, clarity, and skepticism is wisdom. So this is what we get when we know that we are in balance and that upward current is going strong. These are the emotions, these are the qualities that we possess. So now what happens with the downward moving current? Well, this is the one where I told you that's where the magic begins. Once we understand who we are, where we stand, what tools we need, how to tune our instrument, how to use our body, understanding the physical, the mental and emotional and energetic capacities and qualities of the chakras, everything else now is very easy. So now that you are, if you bring your awareness back to your Sahasrara chakra, which is your crown energy center, you opening up. So, Sahasrara is often represented by 10,000 petal lotus flower at the top of your head. It just connects you to the infinite possibilities, infinite ideas, infinite ways of living your life. So when you have that center open and receptive, it's like, imagine like many different channels that reaching out into the universe, then ideas float into your life. So you never lacking any ideas of what to do and how to do it. And then the next step, you're moving down to your Ajna chakra. This is when you start envision those ideas. How do you see those ideas? So, and slowly, the more you focus, if it's your idea and it's meant to manifest through you as a channel, again, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's physical, relationship, business, project, body, you start to see it. And the more you start on seeing it, the more the details are coming into place. So the next step would be to express it. So how, whether it's verbal expression or writing it down or drawing it or typing it, sharing it with someone. Yes, it doesn't matter, but there needs to be a way to kind of express it out. Yeah, so you first express through the word now from your mind. So then this is your Vishuddha chakra. So the next one, you move to your heart chakra. So heart chakra is love, and we have two hands. We have left for receiving, right for giving, and the hands is actually our relationships with people. So this is like what Emma did, for example, right now. She had this idea of bringing the summit together, and then what she done next is she started to, once she's put the plan of what she needs to do, then she started reaching out to different people, different experts and participants who can come together and bring that idea together to life. So the next one is, if we move down to the Manipura, to the third energy center, this is when you accumulate that energy. This is your spiritual warrior center, when you have the energy to initiate the idea and to follow through with it no matter what. Yeah, so this is the energy center. Then your second one going down is your center of creation. So this is where, remember we said desire, creativity, movement. So this is when you start actually creative process, when you put the plan in action and you start executing each of those actions. And finally, the Muladhara chakra is just the final step. There is your final product. Whatever you've been working for, your 7 steps, you follow them through from idea to material thing or project, it came to life. So it's again, it's like if you think of, I want to write a book. What is the book is about? Yeah, then and you start envisioning what's it about. Then you start outwriting the contents. Yeah, so then you start reaching out to people who can help you to bring that book into life. Then you charge yourself with energy and you start the action. And then in the action, the process of creation, then boom, the final step is your personal book, as in one of the examples. And then that's how you start creating your life. So I think through understanding who you are and what the steps are, it makes it very easy. And all you need to do going forward is kind of acknowledge where in your body you feel the tension or expansion. Yeah, because when we're relaxed, we're expansive, we have expansive energy. So we open, we receive, and we create. When we're tensed, we are stressed, we constricted, we want to feel small, and we're blocking everything that wants to go in or out. Yeah, so that's why when we create, we need to be in the relaxed state of mind. And in order for us to be relaxed, we need to understand where we hold tension and how to get rid of that tension. Ta-da! We are completed. So if anyone has any questions, you're welcome to pop it in either now, if you do, or later in the comments below, and I'll be happy to reply. If anyone has further desire to learn about Chakra System, again, you can send me a message or go to my website and learn a little bit more about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. I hope you found it useful.
Oh, it's lovely. It's a lot of information, but it's really good. Thank you very much.
There is much more. This is just the square, the tip of the iceberg.
I bet. It's a whole in-depth subject, isn't it? So yeah, it's been good to get that overview. I just find it so interesting. So it's a lot to go away and think about, I think.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.